Hi, I'm Dr. Jim.
And I'm Dr. Janine.
Thank you for joining us here today. We're going to have a little bit of a discussion about some pretty interesting stuff that most people kind of really don't know much about, and that's zinc and copper.
Everybody here should take zinc. And so we
Yes.
really do see a lot of people that are taking zinc, especially since COVID. But everybody forgets about the copper. And no one really understands the relationship between zinc and copper. Well, for one, they actually deplete each other. So that's why a lot of times you do need to take them together, depending on the dose of zinc that you take. Zinc is safe daily to take up to 50 milligrams. We see people that take a lot more than that. And when you're taking zinc, you want to add everything that you have with zinc in it together. A lot of people don't do that. They take a 50 milligram zinc here, then they take a multi, and then they take a multi-mineral. You have to look at how much zinc you're getting as a whole. If you go over 50 milligrams of zinc a day, you definitely need to be checking levels. And some people really, I think it's a good idea to check levels, even if you're taking less than that, to make sure you're getting enough, to make sure you're not getting too much. And when we check zinc, we always check copper with it.
Right, because the two go hand in hand. There's no doubt about that. And we see an awful lot of people, like we do a lot of testing in that respect, and we see a lot of people that are taking just zinc and they've just about depleted their copper.
Right. And then you see people, if they take a lot of copper, they can deplete zinc. That is in medicine, even in Western medicine. Actually, if you come in with a copper overload, the treatment is high dose zinc. Yes. And if you actually have a zinc toxicity, the treatment is high dose copper. There's no doubt that one depletes the other. So that's why you always want to see where you are. But people never know what milligram to take. Now, short-term burst of, like, if you're getting sick, you can go up to 100 milligrams of zinc.
For a few days.
Yeah.
Week or
And on copper, we recommend, if you're going to take copper, maybe 2 milligrams. Don't go high dose copper without doing lab work, because you definitely can get too much copper, but you can also get too much zinc.
We typically take various sources of zinc every day. And so for that reason, we take a little bit of copper each week. We don't take it every day.
We take a 2 milligram 3 times a week.
Yeah.
That's what we take. Although you do take our mega minerals, which do have a little bit of copper in it as well. So we do get our levels checked. So we do know that what we're getting is adequate. And another question is, what types of zinc? We use zinc citrate, we use zinc picolinate, and then you actually have your zinc carnosine, which is known for helping more of their GI problems.
Right.
And our GI Essentials has zinc carnosine in it. So there's different forms of zinc, there's different milligrams. Now you have to look at elemental zinc, because like in zinc carnosine, it'll have that it's 100 milligrams, but it usually says, how much elemental, and it may be as low as like 10 milligrams from 100 milligrams of zinc carnosine. That is just something for everybody to know about zinc. With winter coming up and everybody wants to take their zinc to keep from getting sick, which is a very good idea. Just know that you can get it tested, and you actually, if you take too much, you can deplete your copper.
Yeah, one of the things that we see a lot this time of year is zinc lozenges. They're great. Don't get me wrong, they're great, especially for a sore throat or something like that. Fantastic. Again, short term.
And that's usually zinc gluconate.
That's great, right. But
there's a lot of different forms out there. That's why people get confused.
But it's at the same time, we see a lot of people do it. Well, if you're having if your throat doesn't feel quite right, for a few days, take some, like a zinc lozenge. After that, maybe back off it, because you're probably getting, if you're taking a multivitamin, things like that, you're getting in other forms too. And you could wind up getting we see this happen every year just about. There's somebody's going to come in, we're going to test them, and they're getting way too much zinc.
Right.
It always happens. The zinc lozenges are good. Check your other, like she said,
one
add
of the
it all
biggest
up.
problems with too much zinc is that it depletes your copper. And when you deplete copper, you don't make your red blood cells normally. You can actually affect arthritis, can get worse.
Oh, yeah.
So there are consequences in getting too much of these substances as well.
That's very true. If you have any other questions about zinc and copper, or for that matter, any of the other nutrients and so on, just feel free to give us a call. We'll be glad to answer any questions you may have about health, nutrition, various problems you might have. So thank you for joining us today. Be sure to hit that subscribe and that little like button, so that helps us out. Somehow YouTube really likes that. I'm not sure why, but they like that. So be sure to help us out a little bit. Thank you so much for joining us. See you soon.